Abusia for we be movie straight to Parliament House na hano a speaker tina dwomo and an Annoh form and our Fred a majority leader and an Annoh form can say okay, I'll give the floor to the minority leader. Annoh Dompreh sorry Neniaje. I say the speaker can a prophetic. She say ain't she be a NDC for better than the minority, no more better than the majority. Neho and not just say my mere Parliament House and any team papa comfort to do you. I sorry a punishing a meeting put for Butaka's hey. The any prophetic she oh prophetic wa ma mismanaging the country like this was a prophetic mubabe majority acquirements so one bet in opposition for 40 years toward that nanny and ya be by inconquities and 70 going.
Yes. Speaker, one cannot help but be corroborative of your position. And Speaker, you are saying this out of frustration. The Speaker himself is frustrated. Speaker, what we can do in the absence of a response from the committee, and Speaker, you bear me out, the last time I spoke to the fire outbreaks and had reminded the leader of the House, and I made that point strongly that we have a leader of the House. And the time allocated had elapsed, had eclipsed. And the committee would not get back to this House plenary for us to adopt the report or otherwise. This because in joining you in putting ashes on yourself, I have a wish to humbly suggest that if it is a case that we cannot refer to referrals to the committees under the present circumstance, then we can refer it to the minister. As we got, the Minister for Education is somebody I can stick my neck out. That is one serious minister who will respond to this referral. So we can rather channel it to the Minister of Education to take this laudable, important statement in good stride and come report to this House some actions or measures that could be taken in this regard. I humbly submit, Speaker.
Thank you. Yes, majority.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, if we are referring cases to committees,
I heard you refer to them as minority, and that's prophetic.
That was a slip of tongue. Honorable majority, deputy majority.
Nothing is prophetic in this House because Ghanaians are taking decision, and that decision will stay for the next 40 years. For the next 40 years. Mr. Speaker, if we are referring cases to committees and we are not getting results, which means there is something that is not working, who has been channeling the information to the committee clerks so that they keep prompting the chairman, this thing has been referred to us and we need to sit on it so that I can write a report to you to come and report back to the House. Mr. Speaker, if we don't do things right, we won't get right results. So when we refer items, a clerk at table should put it into writing to the committee clerk. Then the committee clerk will put it on their platform so that they take decision to sit on it. Or if they are to go rounds, they go rounds and gather information. Then they can come and report here. So we should change the way we do things so that we can get the right results. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Comfordoyo, I'm just being informed by the table that that's the way they do things. They always write to the committee chair and inform the clerk to the committee. I think the leader of the House is here. Leader, I have an issue that we need to actually look at. I think we have an issue that we have to look at. We don't have to hide behind it. It is something that is happening for me. It's not good. So many referral has been made to the committees. And the committees, as to whether they sit on it, is another thing. They don't report back. And it's making some of us reluctant to make any referral again. Because this statement that was read by Honorable Stephen Annoh is a very, very important statement. I think our educational sector should look at trying to inculcate the children into entrepreneurial skills. I think it's very, very important, but I'm not inclined to do that because so many referral has been made to the committees. So once you are here, we will crave your indulgence to look into this aspect. But once again, that chairman, ranking members, they should take referral that we make to them very seriously. Other than that, it will be as safe we are just playing and just doing the referrals.
Right Honourable Speaker, I do agree with you. And so we will engage the chairman and chairpersons of the various committees. I think that sometimes when you make a referral without having taken time to develop elaborate terms of reference for the committee, it becomes difficult for the committee to know exactly what they are supposed to do. Because he comes and makes a statement regarding his views about what our skills training sector should look like to be more effective in building the cadre of skilled personnel that we need to drive our national development. Now, when you say, okay, we've referred your statement to a committee, what is the committee supposed to do with that statement? That is where we have a deficit. And maybe some committees take it and they don't really know, well, the statement will refer to us. What are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to conduct a hearing on the matter, invite all the relevant institutions and stakeholders, confirm the thesis of the statement, confirm whether what they are saying accurately reflects the situation on the ground, test the ideas espoused in the statements, and then come out with comprehensive proposals for the sector ministers to work on, or for some legislation to be passed, or some resolutions, consequential ones, to be passed by this House. So we need to begin to be a bit more explicit when we make the referrals. I have some discussions ongoing about how to get the committees to start having public hearings. All the committees. I think that so far, the Public Accounts Committee started having public hearings several years ago, and it's become the most popular committee because they are engaged in public hearings. Then the Government Assurance Committee also followed up, and because they were publicized, they also became, quite popular during the chairmanship of the very innovative Okujeto. But, Mr. Speaker, there are other committees dealing with matters that are more fundamental in our lives. Water, healthcare, education, housing, and the committees should be having public hearings on what is happening in those sectors. Because those sectors have state institutions or agencies that are responsible for delivering on those commodities. They are supposed to write annual reports reviewing their performance. And all those reports are laid in this House. And the reports laid in this House should be the subject of some public hearing by all the committees to see what is happening in healthcare delivery, But National Health Insurance Authority will lay a report. The Director General of the Ghana Health Service will lay a report. The Food and Drugs Authority will lay a report. All the reports are being laid in this house. But the Health Committee will not take all those reports and have a public hearing, invite them, read the reports, question why performance is 20% instead of 90%, question why access is 60% instead of 80%, and put them on the spot so that they know that no institution is going to escape public accountability. If we function that way, I believe that every agency will begin to set up the way that I see, agencies relating to the Auditor General's office sitting up and trying to do their work. I think that accountability shouldn't only be about money, whether money was stolen or not stolen. But accountability should also be about if you took money to do work and the work hasn't been done or hasn't been done satisfactorily. Even though you've done some work, you haven't met the target set on the basis of which we gave you the amount of money that we gave you. These are all matters of accountability. And this Parliament must ensure that every institution is accountable. It will take away this idea of juicy committees and non-juicy committees. Because juicy committees are committees that, get work done. And once you start all working effectively in your various areas, you will become very famous committees and begin to attract the interest of members to want to be part of those committees. So, Mr. Speaker, I thought that this call provides an opportunity to add something even more fundamental and missing in the work that we do as a Parliament. And so I'll confer with my counterparts, the whips, that will engage the chairman of the various committees and see going forward how we can begin to have our committees perform better. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. So, honorable members, you take the second statement.
I wish for a honorable comfort do you and our chainable brain. Annoh Dompreh or da. Many friend them cannot know to man is serious and an soon because how come so free prophetic coin benzo? Shadiam we see a your minor Timothy Ghana chamo 8 years. Mona Moses Marco school. Mona Moses and with me, I'm a near many na ye come on. My Ghana want Tomo. Dollar what 3 city say nye. Petrol say nye. School and nye. Health almost say nye. Just a DBA ne cost be an almost say nye. And for my mama. And the mama moon sound ni more bon papa. More bon papa. Now crack it grown with a more bon. Na near mamma dear Ghana for the moon feed down. They are living rent free in their mind. Because mama for brother say through mama for say be more free be yali because in Sika the bank must sell far. For the Sika man as 2033. We are say and then we say oh yeah say the better kills a month. Scow, we are seeing Annoh, say I'm pa, one age you know. Need be crying in his sing, was my form musica. Now go a witch and then out the Cosan a boar. Punku. He's Korea. And you are there taking some people's money. Saying, oh, the boy at the cost, the boy IMF loan, send being in a better any. So you people know, you might near my Ghana for any angel. And they are going to pay you. And you are staying in Parliament saying it's a prophetic. You be in power soon. That's why I want to book for doing so original just so I can be a child and I don't pray. Say we can be to my child under the comment section. Subscribe and share more news. You've been to Akroma.